You wake up in the morning and you wanna have a talk show, so you film one in your bedroom and you call it Up Late Live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, whenever and wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Up Late Live, a talk show filmed here in my bedroom in the beautiful Myland of Montreal. My name is Shane Adamczak, I am your host, and joining me on today's show, I have very funny and very stylish lady, DeAnne Smith. We're going to have a live performance from Malkin from local favourites Motel Raphael. Woo! And joining me, as always, because she lives here, my housemate, Lea Rondot.
Back to you, Shane!
My first guest on the show today is a very funny lady who has appeared on the TV shows Last Man Standing, Good News Week in Australia. She's about to embark on an Australian tour with her brand new show, Let's Do This, and is someone who I've often been mistaken for on more than one occasion. Please make her very welcome, lovely DeAnne Smith. DeAnne, welcome to Up Late Live. It's lovely to have you here in my bedroom.
Thank you for having me in your bedroom. I really enjoy it here.
Now, I met you in Australia a few years ago. You started comedy like 2005, but like the last couple of years, things have been going amazing for you.
Things are going amazing.
Yeah, must be very exciting.
It is exciting. Can I just address, I feel like I need to address the fact that I'm wearing your clothes.
Yeah.
I can't.
I think we'll put it somewhere in the credits, like DeAnne's wardrobe, Shane's wardrobe.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, okay.
In fact, I'm gonna, just to make you feel a little more comfortable, I'm gonna take my jacket off. Also, there we go. Now, you've had the opportunity to perform with some like pretty big names over the years, which is very exciting. Do you ever get starstruck?
Yes. When I met Louis C.K.
I love Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. is amazing. It was a few years ago, we met at a party, and I wasn't going to say anything, because I have this very weird thing about, I don't want to meet comics that I'm a fan of, until we're like on the same show or something.
Right.
Like, it's an ego thing. It's like I want to be peers, but I don't want to be like. But I was like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna see this guy again. So we're at a party, and I just went up to him and I was like, hey, I really liked your show. I saw your show the other night. And he's like, oh, thanks. What do you do? And at that point, I'd been doing comedy for 4 years. I'd been like traveling the world, making a living doing comedy. I was in the same festival that he was in, but he asked me what I did, and I went, I'm an aspiring comic. And then I shook his hand, and he just looked me in the eye and was super sweet to me, and then I got literally weak in the knees, and I understood that expression. I was like, oh, okay. So that was that. Also, Maria Bamford always makes me feel starstruck when I run into her. A couple years ago at Just for Laughs Festival, we ran into each other. It was this huge moment for me because my friends were around, and she was like, oh, hey, how's it going? How did Melbourne turn out? All this stuff. I was like, oh, you remember me? I was all excited. And I saw her show that night, and it was fine, and I was like, oh yeah, me and Maria were kind of pals. But then the next night I went back to see her show again, but that night I didn't want her to see me, because then she would know that I was just like a super fan and not a peer. So it was the next night I went to see her, and then I like just ran out of the theater because I was embarrassed that I was there 2 nights in a row.
You just got out of there.
Yeah.
You Batmaned.
Yeah, she was like, and I'm like, I'm out.
Excellent. You mentioned you've been traveling the world. What's some of your favourite places to perform?
That's a good question. Well, I say maybe my favorite place ever to perform is your bedroom.
You and all the other ladies that I know.
Favorite place to perform? I like performing a lot, so I always feel like the last place I performed is maybe my favorite place to perform. But if we're going to talk about Montreal, and I know we weren't, we were trying to, you wanted me to be like Amsterdam or Iceland, but like really some of my favorite places to perform in Montreal are Mainline Theatre, which awesome place, super fun, and I have this in my mind, I just don't know, I'm shy to say it, but there's a comedian here called Darren Henwood who has a show called Lowdown Comedy, which I love. It's in a basement, it's always really crazy and fun, and it feels like you can like say shit in that room.
And he has a great mustache as well.
He has an amazing mustache. Yeah.
I love asking comedians this. Can you remember back to the first time you appeared on stage? Your first 5 minutes.
Yes.
Can you take us back to that potentially amazing or potentially disastrous day?
Okay, I don't remember it very well. I mean, I don't remember the details. I remember that it was at the Comedy Nest. It was in the winter. It was like February. My first time ever on stage, and the light was too bright. I was all stressed out. I couldn't remember what I was going to say. I also, this is just a very weird kind of self-sabotaging thing that I do. I knew that that date was coming up, and I'd been like practicing my jokes in the mirror to myself. Like I knew that it was happening, but for some reason I just like forgot to shower that day, and then suddenly it was time to go, and my hair was all crazy, so I actually wore a toque on stage, like a winter hat.
That's a beanie for any Australian viewers.
I wore a winter hat on stage and was just like fumbling through everything. And I don't remember any of my jokes. I had some jokes about Oprah, and I had jokes about like this really weird joke about like playing wheelchair basketball, and then like the flip of the joke was like, and then I got out of the wheelchair. It was like really stupid and just mean to people in wheelchairs. Like,
have any of the jokes that you debuted that set made it into your set today? Did anything survive?
I do have a new 1 hour called Wheelchair Basketball, which
Great.
I'm really proud
That's actually
of.
coming up next.
Really proud of that.
Excellent. You've got a new web series coming out on the internet. Tell us a little bit about that.
I do have a new web series. I'm not totally sure what the name is. I think the name is Life Made Easy with DeAnne Smith. And it's just 5 episodes, like short little life tips, hints and tips about how to make life easy with an E and a Z. Because spelling should be easy as well.
Cool. Can you give us a little preview of what we might be seeing in that series? Without giving too much away.
Yeah, we've just done 5 episodes and they're all really fun. I was just trying to think of what my favorite is. You make an appearance in one.
I do.
The one about how to make conversations easy.
Yeah.
That was a fun day. That was really hard for me.
You made me take my shirt off.
I remember that. I'm like, well, and now I do. I was like, maybe just unbutton a little more.
And another.
Okay.
We had fun.
Yeah. That should be fun. What will be interesting about that series is I wrote it and I think it's funny, and then I got like actor friends to be involved in it, but everyone's so much better than me and I don't know how to act at all. So like you guys were being amazing and I'm just like it'll be really fun. I don't know what else to say. It's fun. And they're short. They're 2 minutes. Everybody has like 2 minutes, 3 minutes in their life. So
great.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Let's Do This is your next big full solo show, which you're about to take to Australia.
Yes.
And you developed that here in Mainline Theatre. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how that came about?
Yes. It's a little hard for me to talk about because even though the show debuts in like 2 weeks, I don't know exactly what it is yet. But I did a 5-part series at Mainline Theatre with Al France. You guys know Al France.
Woo!
And it was, I don't know what to say, each show had a theme, but it was all really haphazard and chaotic, which isn't selling it well, but we all had a really great time.
Yeah, you had some like really exciting kind of, I don't want to say stunts, but that's kind of what they were.
Yeah.
Some happenings. Amazing happenings.
We did so many that I actually kind of forgot what we had done. And I saw like a guy at my show the other day, and he was like, "Oh, you know, it was really great. Remember when we all slow danced to Phil Collins' Groovy Kind of Love?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." Anyway, he was telling me the other day, he's like had this little awakening about his sexuality because he got paired with a man, and yeah, that was just part of the whole
DeAnne
thing.
Smith, you're making this happen. You are literally doing this. You are making it happen.
It's all coming together in my mind. I'm like, I also made you take off your shirt so you could talk to Keith Waterfield the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just want to turn people.
Interesting. He's a good-looking man. Anyway, we're going to be back very shortly. We're going to get in bed and do some questions from the audience. But before we do, you're going to Australia in a couple of weeks. Would you mind? I just got a care package for my mum. If I could just leave that with you, if you could just take that back.
Take this to your mom?
That would be amazing. We're going to be back with more DeAnne Smith right after this.
Hi, I'm Al France.
And I'm Alison Louder.
I'm in an Alwich, and you're watching
Up Late Live.
I was just thinking about space. Welcome back to Up Late Live. I'm here in bed with DeAnne Smith, and we've got some questions from you guys out there in internet land. I'm just going to get straight into it. DeAnne, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
Here
ready.
we go. Tuxedo Cat Bar on Twitter wants to know apple or pear cider.
Pear cider.
Brad on Facebook wants to know, if you were an astronaut, what is the one type of sandwich you would have NASA turn into space food so you don't have to go without it in space?
I was about to reveal my gluten-freeness, and that's all I could get stuck on was just like, something gluten-free, I don't care as long as it's gluten-free.
Gluten-free space
And
food.
avocados in it.
Okay, cool. Catherine on Facebook wants to know, why can't I have nice things?
Because you suck.
Ben on Twitter wants to know, how do you talk to girls?
How do I specifically talk to girls?
Yeah, or just generally.
I do a lot of this.
This is a good one. Heather on Twitter wants to know, can I auction off my skin to a tattoo artist? I'm 100% tattoo free.
Oh, of course, of course.
That's amazing,
Of course,
right?
You could auction off your skin to almost anyone, I'm sure.
If you want to get in contact, at Uplate Live on Twitter.
Actually, I kind of want in on this.
Yeah, we can hook you up with Heather on Twitter there. Althea on Facebook wants to know, why is it only the chicken or the egg analogy that's ever used? Why could it not be the tadpole and a frog?
What came first, the tadpole or the frog?
Hmm.
What came first, the chicken or the egg? That's a really good question. I don't know.
Kimber on Facebook wants to know, if you could only listen to one track of music for the remainder of your days, what track would you choose?
Like one song?
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell, Blue.
Cool, cool. Rena on Twitter wants to know, what is the craziest thing you would do for $1 million?
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
$1 million. I feel like I'd do almost anything. Throw some scenarios at me. I'll tell you how to do them. Or
Okay,
not.
would you
Craziest
be
thing
in
I
a
do.
straight porno?
Yes.
Would you would you do a motorcycle stunt over 3 buses?
For $1 million?
Yeah, with a week of training.
Maybe.
Would you shave your head and
Yes.
grow a beard?
Yes, that's so easy for me to do.
Brent on Twitter wants to know, how did I manage to get this drunk? Yeah! I'm reading that verbatim.
How did I manage to get
Yeah,
this drunk?
I got that one
Is
really...
this coming from Australia?
I think this is actually from Vancouver, and I got this really early in the morning.
How did I manage to get this drunk? Woo!
Yeah.
You have low, I don't know, low tolerance and you make bad decisions.
Okay. And finally, again from Rena on Twitter, she wants to know, if you could rename yourself, what would you call yourself?
DeAnne Adamczak.
You heard it here first. We're going to be right back with more Uplate Live after this. DeAnne Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Sarah Jane Scouten, and you're watching Uplate Live.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Uplate Live. Thanks to our guests Lea Rondot and DeAnne Smith. And wrapping up this show this week, we've got our musical performance from one of the members of local band Motel Raphael, whose debut video Ghost literally exploded everywhere over YouTube very recently. And she's here to perform some songs. She has a solo debut EP coming out soon called Simon. Please make her very welcome to the Uplate Live stage, Malkin!
Am I supposed to say something?
That's the plan.
I broke out